This is an excerpt of Swordkin by Leanne Hussey, narrated by Colin Hussey, now available for sale at Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. With a deft twist, like the turning of a wrist in a parry, Molnya brought the incising tool around in a neat curve. The door slammed open. Molnya looked up from the half-finished spiral and set aside the incising tool as her brother banged into the room with a look black as a thunderhead marring his beautiful face. "What is it, Grom?" she demanded.
"What is it?"
he shouted.
"This!"
He thrust a leaf under her nose. It was a silvery leaf of the ash tree, and it had black marks on it. Lightning fast, she caught his wrist just as he moved to throw the leaf into the fire.
"Grom, if you want me to read it, then you must give me a moment to read it."
She gently prized his fingers loose.
"Unless, that is, you didn't want me to read it in the first place."
As she read the characters scratched into the leaf, carefully shaping each word with her mouth, she frowned too, but in perplexity, not anger.
"So?" she wondered. "This is a perfectly simple offer from Priest Vard to take you into his service. Is something wrong with that? He might even make you his apprentice. He's a powerful priest. Wouldn't you like to learn to do what he does?"
Molnya suppressed a smile. She didn't think as well of Vard as she spoke of him to her brother. Vard was big and clumsy and boorish beyond belief, for all his power.
"For someone who's so quick of eye and hand," Grom said, massaging his wrist, "you are annoyingly slow of wit. I am too old to be an apprentice, even to a priest. In any case, he doesn't want an apprentice, he wants a catamite. And before you taunt me by asking what's wrong with that, ha, caught you. I'll tell you, he's an insufferable boor."
Molnya laughed outright.
"Brother, your wits are no slower than mine today. You know I am only playing with you."
Grom gave her a sullen look.
"Come, brother," she said. "You know we are always thinking as one. I am sorry if I teased you so badly."
"Never mind," he said. "I'm too angry to think rightly." He sat and picked up the hide she'd been carving, tracing the interlocking whorls with his finger. He looked up suddenly, his face earnest.
"You must understand," he said. "It isn't so much his lusting for me that I mind, even if he would be a better plowman than a priest. It is a matter of honor. He is asking me for one thing when what he really wants is something else."
They sat in silence for a long moment.
"Well?" Grom asked. "Should I go to his bedchamber as he asks, or should I run away? You know that he will be furious if I do not come. He is accustomed to getting what he wants, since it is he who keeps our people's enemies at bay through intercession with the gods. Do you not think he might easily call the gods down on us?"
As if he had not spoken, Molnya asked,
"Do you remember that time Agay got 4 friends of his together to teach us some respect?"
"Do I not?" Molnya was heartened to see him relax and sit back. "As if that great melon had ever really believed he could get us to agree to bow to him as if he were a prince instead of a bully and a ruffian." Grom was shaking his head and chuckling. Molnya remembered it well. She had speed and skill. Grom had strength and tenacity. They complemented each other as they had ever since they shared their mother's womb. And between the two of them, they had sent Agay's companions home with their tails between their legs. As for Agay himself, well, he now had half an ear on one side to remind him not to attempt things he could not manage. From the light in Grom's eye, Molnya could tell that he too was recalling the fun.
"We didn't run," she said. "We faced them together, and neither shall you run now. I think much of Vard's powers and trappings in grand ceremony, but he could probably make life difficult for us if he chose to do so. We shall face this old fraud together if you really wish to be rid of his affection."
"I do."
"So be it."
She took the hide from him, rolled it up and set it aside.
"We should arm ourselves in case he has disagreeable friends, but you must keep calm and speak reasonably with him."
She took up her sword on its belt, rejoicing as always in its heft and in the way the hilt slipped comfortably into her palm. It was good to just hold it. After all, leather carving was only a hobby. The sword was her life.